Putnam Plastics peeps, it's Sarah here. I'm bringing to you some chair exercises for today. Some of us back at Putnam Plastics would do these either in a chair or on a resistable. So if you have a resistable at home, you can certainly do these exercises on the ball, or you can do them in a chair, whether it's at home or maybe in your workspace. Maybe you're here because you're working with an injury, or you're building upon your fitness, or you have a small workspace and you just want to get in a little bit of exercises here and there. So you can kind of pick and choose from this workout as well. But let's go ahead and ideally, when we get started, if you walk around a little bit, just getting the blood pumping and your body warmed up, that would be fantastic. But if you're just starting off seated, that's okay too. We'll warm up just by doing little knee lifts. Now, as I'm sitting in the chair, I'm leaning slightly back. My back is straight, but I'm just leaning ever so slightly back. So I work less of my hip flexors, this crease between my torso and my thighs, and I work more of my abdominals. I'll keep my arms up. That will also help me to work my core a little bit more. And I'll take breaks whenever I need to. You guys are doing great though. I'm so glad that you're here doing this, and we're going to feel it. We want to make sure that we feel it, but we don't want to feel it in places like our neck, our lower back, or in our joints. In our muscles, we want to feel that fatigue. Let's plant those feet down. Now just bring the arms forward and sit upright, lifting through the top of your head, and then slightly come back, pulling your rib cage down, tucking your tailbone under. So we're going to inhale and lift up nice and tall. Exhale, lowering back. Now in this one, you might feel it a little bit in your back muscles, but you shouldn't feel it in your spine, right? So inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lowering back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower back. Just a few more. And hopefully you're feeling a little bit more heat. Now let's go ahead, rest our arms. If you want, you can sit back a little bit more in the chair. We're gonna go ahead and just practice lifting one knee up and down. And then after a while, you should feel that again through your quadricep or the top of your thigh. If you want to advance it, extend your leg all the way on out. Flexing your foot, which means pointing your toes up to the sky or your toes towards your shins. Lifting. And if you want, leaning back a little bit so you don't feel it too much through this crease right here. More right through that thigh and through the core. Let's switch legs. Again, you might want to just start with just lifting your knee. You're leaning back ever so slightly. Core is nice and warmed up. And if you want, you can extend the leg all the way on out. And you're flexing your foot. And you're taking deep breaths. And we're relaxing muscles that don't need to work, like our neck and our shoulders. And just letting the loose arms be resting wherever you are. And again, you can be doing this on a ball as well. Let's go ahead and take a break. Let's go back to working that core, but this time we're gonna lean back into our chair, and maybe you can scoot a little bit more towards the edge of your chair, and you're just gonna hold here. Now, if you'd like, as you're holding here, you can also add a twist. Twisting from one side, coming back to the center, twist to the other side. As you exhale or you release the breath out, you really want to feel as if you can twist a little bit more. Twist. Twist. You got it. Twist. Twist. Just a few more. Beautiful. Good job. And then let's go ahead and take a break. Let's go ahead and take it back to either our knee lifts. And if you need a break, just take one with water or whatever. Or if you want to challenge yourself, get right to the edge of your seat and lift up slightly and come back down. What I want you to prevent yourself from doing is leaning too far forward. What I want you to do is press through the bottom of your heels and lift straight up. And you might not even come off your chair very much, and that's okay. I'm sure you're still going to feel it. This works pelvic floor muscles, abdominals, quads, hamstrings, maybe a little bit of your calves. Okay, great job. Making sure those knees don't go over your toes. If they are, that means we're leaning too far forward. So keep pressing up, up. Good. Now remember, if you want, instead you're doing knee lifts again, okay? So choose what works best for you, and if what works best for you is a complete break right now, please do so. You can do this video at your pace. Great job. Take a break. Let's go ahead and stand on up. We're gonna work now the back of our legs, our hamstrings. So go ahead, come to the back of your chair. As you hold your chair, you're gonna walk your feet slightly back, hinging forward. Hold right here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the chair to the side so you can see what I'm doing from here. So here I am, we're holding here, and I'm gonna bring right knee in and kick the right foot back. Knee in and back. Knee in and back. Let's keep going. All right. And again, you don't want to feel this in your lower back. If you want, put your hand on your lower back and push your lower back into your hand to make sure that that core is engaged. Great job. Make sure you're breathing. You always want to exhale as you work. So that balancing leg, you have a soft bend in your knees, and you're trying not to put all of your weight into the opposite hip. Nice and tall through the spine. Let's switch. Kicking back and in. Nice. And even when you bring that knee in, you're tucking your tailbone under and drawing the abs in. And breathing. Nice. Push back with that heel and pull in with the knee. Make sure your back is flat, shoulders are relaxed. Good. I'm so glad you're doing this. Something is always better than nothing. So if you've gotten to this point and you're feeling really tired and you need to take a break, great, do so. If you're still going, I'm so glad you started it. Sometimes that's the hardest thing, is getting going. Great job. Let's take a little break in between with our feet nice and wide, placing our arms on top of the chair or the ball, and you can go ahead and sit those hips back. And breathe. Nice flat back. Feel that stretching through your hamstrings. While we're here, we're also going to take a break to stretch out those quadriceps. You can bring your right foot forward and left foot back, lifting up that back left heel, draw the knees down. And basically what you're doing is you're helping to push your quad and your hips forward, getting a deeper stretch here. Standing up nice and tall. Breathe. And then let's switch to the other side. And go ahead, tuck that tailbone, push those hips forward, draw the knee down, getting that nice stretch and staying nice and upright through the spine. Good job. That should feel good. You should feel something there. Good. Now we're going to be able to take a little bit of a break, sitting down, kind of a break, because we're still going to be working those muscles. So we're going to go ahead, take a seat, sitting on the edge of our seat. We're going to take our right leg and bring it all the way on out, sitting up nice and tall, arms are relaxed. We're going to have our right foot at an angle. So our toes are pointing out to the side, our heel is more to the midline of our body. We can lean back slightly so that we engage that core again, and we're going to do leg lifts just on that right side. Inner thigh reaching up to the sky. That's where you want to feel it, inner thigh. Good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's see if we can do another set. And 8, 7. Good job. Come on now. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch to the other side before we stretch. Here we go. Lean back, core engaged. Let's lift. Toe is out to the side, heel to the midline. We have 6, 5, shoulders relaxed. 4, breathe. 3, 2, and another set of 8. Show me what you got. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Before we stretch those inner thighs, bring the arms back. And I'm going to give you several different options for your triceps. This one you're going to lift slightly out of the chair and come down. The elbows are not out to the sides. They stay nice and close in. Lifting up and then lowering down. And instead of putting the pressure into the wrist, excuse me, you want to have it more so that when your hand is on the outside of the chair or the ball, that you have less of a bend in your wrist, more like this, okay? So you're coming up and down. Other options, that's too much for those wrists. Elbows come as close together as possible, and we lift up and down with our elbows. You want to challenge, hands to the edge of your seat, coming on out, tricep dips. All right, heels are down, toes are up, and you can continue. So do what works best for you. Keep going. Let's do about 4 more. I'm going to show you from the side, tricep dips. Because tricep dips, we don't want to move our shoulders too much, and elbows stay close. Great job, you guys. Go ahead, take a sit back, and let's stretch it out. So let's start first with stretching out the triceps if you want, bringing the arm on over. So triceps, you're going to reach your hand behind you. Stretch it out. Switch to the other side. And then for your inner thighs and for your back, we're going to bring our feet nice and wide, and we're just going to hinge forward. And as you hinge forward, you push your tailbone back. When you breathe out, you lower forward. When you breathe in, you stretch your spine. If you want something deeper, hands all the way down to the ground, head down. You should feel that stretching your inner thigh and your lower back. Great job. I hope you can feel it. Next, since we just worked our inner thighs, we're going to go ahead now and work our outer thighs. So go ahead and stand behind that chair again. This one also incorporates balance, also working on our core. So when you're ready, balancing on your right leg, bring your left leg out to the side, lift and lower. Do your best not to put your weight into that right hip. Instead, push off of the right foot, stand tall, and lift that left foot diagonally back. We don't want to feel any rounding through our lower back. We feel the rib cage pulled down, tailbone tucked under so core is engaged, and we're just feeling that back, outer thigh, and glute. Exhale as you lift. Shoulders relax. Breathing. And now let's pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Let's switch to the other side. Sometimes you're going to have to move your hips around, do a little dance just to wiggle it out. Press down through that left foot now. And then sometimes it helps if your left foot and left knee are just turning slightly out to the side for balancing. And right leg back and down. And again, stand tall. Push off through that balancing left leg without locking your left knee. Always keeping a soft bend there. And always keeping that core nice and tight so you don't feel your back arching back like this. Okay, keep it nice and straight. Feel those muscles working and make sure that you're breathing to nourish those muscles well to get them through the exercise. And just a few more, we're going to go ahead and pulse. Save your excitement for the pulsing. And here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Great job. Excellent. Now we're going to go ahead and stretch those hips. Couple of options. You can just walk back, crisscross your feet, and sit your hips back, and even just moving the hips a little bit from side to side. That's one option. Another option is on the ball or the chair is to lift one foot on up and then go ahead and look over that side of the body, feeling that stretch through the outer part of our thigh and through our hips. And breathe. And then go ahead and switch to the other side. And again, you either have this option here, or you're crisscrossing your feet and then hinging forward, and you're kind of doing that little move side to side or just holding. Nice deep breaths wherever you are. Good thing the chair is there for balance. Good job. And then let's go ahead and take another seat in our chair. And we're just going to go ahead and sit at the edge of our chair and work a little bit more of our arms with little arm circles. Arm circles. Keep the distance between your ears and your shoulders. Just do little arm circles. And breathe. And if your arms get tired, you could do little circles with your arms with your little chicken wings if you want. Otherwise, staying right here. And reverse. Good job. Take breaks if you feel it in your neck. If you feel it in your shoulders, keep going. That's where you want to feel it. Maybe a bit into the upper back as well. Great job. Go ahead and release, and you can cross one arm over and just get that nice shoulder stretch. And then you can begin to make your way. We'll start to move towards the back of the chair. Last one. This is our last one. All right, so make sure that you crisscross over to get that other one in there. The last one is a form of a push-up, so you really want to make sure that obviously your chair is not on rollers. If there's a countertop nearby, that might be a better option. If you're using the ball, you can still do a push-up on the ball. And for those of you that have worked in the past too, you know you can roll out onto the ball and have your hands on the ground and feet on the ball. Otherwise, feet go back. And we're going to just go ahead and bend the arms a little bit and push away. Bend and push. Very small movement. It does not need to be a big movement at all. Keeping the back nice and straight and making sure that you're breathing and smiling too, because that sends messages to the brain that everything is going to be good. So 4, you got it. 3, bigger smiles. 2, 1. Good. I'm glad you worked those upper set of cheeks while you were doing it. Nice job. We'll go ahead and stretch, either putting our hands interlaced behind us or holding on to the back of the chair or side of the chair for that chest stretch. Breathe. And then you can do a little twist, maybe holding on to the back of the chair, helping you to twist, looking over your shoulder, improving that range of motion through your neck. Coming back and switching to the side. And then drawing the chin down to the chest and bringing the head from side to side. If this feels good, feel free to continue with this. Or if any of the other stretches that we've done really felt good, I would recommend repeating those. Otherwise, you guys are good to go. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please make sure that you send me your requests, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Feel free to send me selfies of what you're doing.